What the hell? Well, it wasn't liquid in it, I guess. Yeah, I already opened it.
Oh, wow. That's good because we're starting.
There you go. Hey,
Welcome to Burn.
we're going to burn this. We're going to burn this movie. Like, when you're thinking, hey, what's this newest Gerard Butler movie we can watch?
Lay a cup. Lay a cup. No, drink holding.
So it's easy. Like, what's the newest one we watched? We couldn't find it. Oops. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's on my phone. When you think what's the newest one, we didn't get that one. But we got this one from
you mean
2021. Den of Thieves 2, that's right. 2020 this came out. So maybe that's why we didn't see it. It came out during the pandemic,
this
so
is-
it's
Yeah. Nobody saw this.
trashed.
This is a Jerry Butler film, obviously.
That's what his name's Jerry Butler.
So Gerard Butler stars in this with Morena Baccarin. You might know her
Scott
from-
Glenn.
Scott Glenn, who I thought was
big
David
Scott Glenn.
Carradine.
Yeah. He looks like a carrot. He's very carotene adjacent in the face, so I get it. It was directed by Rick Roman Wall. What else did Rick Roman Wall do? I'm going to click on it right now and see.
No.
He did
Wow.
Snitch in 2013.
You saw that.
He did Angel Has Fallen, which I believe is the it's in the
Gerard
Fallen
Butler.
series of Gerard Butler, the third one
Yeah.
that no one saw.
So we're gonna watch it then? Is what you're saying? Are we gonna watch the whole series? Are we now on a Jerry Butler?
Can we do a Olympus Has Fallen, whatever the thing is?
Yeah, and then the White House.
Well, yeah, Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen,
London.
Angel Has Fallen.
Angel's the president, I think.
No, Aaron Eckhart's the president, at least in the first one.
No, Angel's the code name for the president.
Oh no, I think it's Angel from Rent.
No, I think it's Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Indeed.
Say Buffy.
An angel
I'm really boring.
of the first degree. You mean David Boreanaz?
Yeah. He's boring honest is more like it. Boring anus.
David Boreanaz. Oh, well, we're not talking about him today. We're talking about Greenland. Now you're like, what's this movie about? Is it about Greenland? No.
It's part of the
No,
movie.
it's not, barely.
It's part of
It's like the last 4 minutes of the movie, and
Matt, were you hoping for more Greenland? Were you hoping this is all happening in Greenland?
no, I was hoping this movie made any sense and had a plot.
Matt,
But we didn't get
it
that.
had a great plot, and you're wrong. Okay, so first we're starting off at I put he's a construction worker because I did not know his profession at this point. I was going to be the foreman of some sort. He's at a computer, and he's of course looking at his phone screen, which has his wife and kid on it. He's looking
You're
at
like, wow, they look like they're having fun. They all look like they're having fun together.
a great time.
His name's John Garrity, by the way. Structural engineer.
John Garrity, John
Garrity.
Allen Garrity, Matt.
Which, you look at that guy, you're like, John Garrity, you know.
Garrity's a very Scottish name. Everyone knows that. You want to be Mick Garrity?
Oh, he does live at his wife, Allison,
Yeah,
and his diabetic son, Nathan.
wow. It's kind of described as diabetic.
Nathan's middle name was Beckett. That's the thing that annoyed me the most, actually, in the movie. Of anything. Beckett.
What is that?
It's not a fucking middle name. That's a last name.
So yeah, it's like his dad's.
Oh,
last
maybe
name.
they named after the Quantum Leap guy?
It could be a maiden name thing.
You named after the Quantum
Could
Leap
be
guy.
Allison's maiden name.
You named after the Quantum Leap guy was what you should have
It
wanted.
could have been Sam Beckett. Sam Beckett is her real father.
So this icy comet, they're like, ooh, we saw a comet, and it's got like lots of little comets. What bad thing could happen?
What? And they're like, oh, it's the closest comet flyby in history. Like, oh, this is what the movie's gonna be about. Cool, okay.
Which George
and they
Butler,
only
I feel like
discovered
he's
a
been
few.
in a bunch of movies sort of like this. Like
They only discovered
adjacent
it a few weeks ago. Which, by the way, as a physicist, if you discovered this comet a few weeks ago, you could easily tell if it's gonna hit the Earth or not.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Because you've discovered it. And you know what direction it's going by its tail.
As just
Which
a
it
person
has.
that likes science, I know that, and that's why it was already stupid.
And so I was like, okay, well,
Also, it's a comet, which is an icy body with rocks in it, not an asteroid, which is a rocky body, planet-killing thing. So, like, it's got these little ice balls, like little snowballs along with it. Like, yeah, but ice melts pretty easily. Like, if it's going to go in the atmosphere, that ice going to melt real quick. Like,
you know what melts ice? Hitting other
yeah,
things.
any other kind of friction or
Yeah.
heat or anything.
Which our atmosphere provides a lot of.
Yeah. But hey, they're just going with it. They're like, this. I think this comet's made of diamonds or something. I don't know.
He lives in lovely suburbia, and this is where we're kind of like,
Yeah.
is he a strange? He goes up to his door with a key and he's like, oh, should I like ring the doorbell or should I open it with a key? And
Yeah.
he just like goes inside.
At first, he's like, I gotta leave work, but they gotta do this thing. I thought, to be honest, I didn't know his foreman was kind of being sketchy. He's like, "We can do this without you. Don't worry about it."
I thought the same thing. I'm like he's like being a
I was
little
like,
too
"Is he a bad
insistent
guy?"
about it. Yeah,
He's like,
take over his company.
I thought maybe he's gonna like fight these guys or
Frame
something
him.
in Greenland. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
What if that was the plan? He's like,
would have made more sense.
Like, we're taking the construction to Greenland. And he's like, I gotta go fight him now.
I don't know.
And he throws that spear.
I really was like, I don't know or care what this movie's about.
So
because
far,
the name's stupid.
We're just getting some awkward drama. There's a marriage on the rocks. Young son Nathan. The comet. What's the comet's name, Matt?
Shoemaker Levy 9. No, that's
Clark.
not true. Oh, it's just Clark.
Clark the comet.
Well, it was named after the person who discovered it. Clark Griswold.
Kent, I think.
Clark Griswold.
Oh, I think it was Clark Kent. But it's Clark Kent. He probably stopped the comet, right? He didn't. He's Superman.
I was trying to think of somebody cooler, but Clark is just a stupid name.
Dick Clark.
So name it Dick Clark discovered this comet.
He's like, I'm really drunk and old, but I found this comet.
Well, he's dead now.
Is he
He
dead?
was dead during this. He's way dead, dude. He died like 10 years ago.
I don't know. Time's relative, man. It's a flat circle,
But
okay?
it says comet nuclei range from a few hundred meters to tens of kilometers across. And this one, I guess, was really big. It's the big version. But also, it's a comet. And
again, we would know if it was going to directly impact Earth, even if we had discovered it a few weeks ago.
And again, it was not a asteroid or meteor. It was a comet, which is mostly ice. Okay, so
More exposition. Made of hundreds of rocks and ice shards. Guest room it is, he says, because he's trying to stay at his own house, I guess.
yeah, she is pissed. Like she is. You can tell there's a lot of friction right when he walks in, but she's
But
like,
not the good kind.
but he's like home, so she's like,
Ideals, me.
oh, like she's like, oh, you startled me, and I was like, okay.
Which also, like, there's no way he couldn't have startled her.
Yeah.
Like, she's her
Yeah,
back to
because she's
the
got
door.
like here's the thing. She's running as fast as she can with the music.
back to the door.
yeah.
Like, if it's a murderer or a robber, like,
Yeah,
she's-
like you would have dead. So I mean, but so they say, hey, the first piece of this is gonna land in the ocean near Bermuda. It's not even gonna cause a tsunami. It's gonna be great. First of all, they thought it was gonna land near Bermuda and it landed in Florida. Good job, guys. Already bad at this. Already bad at physics.
Which again, it's not that hard.
Bad at physics.
We know how the world works. We know how the Earth turns. Like, there's not much that's going to affect the comet that we don't know about. Like, it's not going to it bounced off a giant satellite.
Well,
of some
the
sort.
first time they made it sound like it was just gonna float by, maybe this little piece was gonna fall off or something. And they showed it had like a bunch of pieces, which comets can do as they get close to the sun.
Well,
But they usually don't do it around Earth.
Which I really like. They also showed some aurora borealis in the background, which I was like, oh, cool, yeah, like that would make sense. Like, it's getting hit by little pieces of the comet, and like kind of like.
But what did make sense
exciting
is
the nucleus.
the rest of the movie.
So
he's when they just find out about this little comet, but then he gets this message like beep boop on his phone, and he's like, I don't know what the hell this is.
That's exactly what it goes. Beep boop beep boop. Yeah.
And so it goes beep boop beep, and he picks it up. It's like, hey, John Garrity, you got to go to this Air Force base.
we
And
knew
Allison
eventually.
Garrity,
You'll
and
eventually.
Nathan Garrity. Oh, the guy sounds like he sounds like a low key Christopher Walken. Like,
You've
John
been chosen.
Garrity,
You've been chosen.
John Garrity, you got to go to the
It's
Air
me,
Force
Bert.
base.
Bart from Severance.
You gotta go to the base. And so he's like, what the hell? Also, it comes on over his TV as well, like a RSS type feed, but just over his TV, which won't cause any confusion later. But Marina Barkaren's in like the shower.
But
so you can
she's
see it.
blow drying her hair.
Yeah,
so she can't
that's
hear
right. She's
it.
blow drying her hair, so she can't hear it. She doesn't hear it go off.
Ladies always blow drying their
Yeah.
hair.
Doing
Doing
lady
important
things.
things.
So he comes back and he's like, what the fuck? But he kind of
So he goes outside though, and there's a ton of planes going by.
yeah.
And they are definitely copy pasted, like just one plane. We had enough budget
Was
for
it
one plane.
birds? I thought it was birds.
No, it's planes.
Oh, okay.
A bunch of military planes. And they just copy pasted them. And they're like,
Okay.
planes. Like, there are birds later.
Okay, all right.
When the shockwave happens.
Okay.
And so he's like, okay, and his friends are also there.
Yeah, they're having like a barbecue. Oh, and this is the best part. She goes to him and she's like, hey, and he's like, just start getting ready to start his indoor grill.
Yeah, which also, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of bougie shit is that?
What? Who has an indoor? That's like the most egregious thing in this whole movie, I think. But then she goes,
That's the
can you go
worst.
get wine and beer? We need wine and beer. Which, okay. I mean, you're in the doghouse, dude. Just go get, he's kind of being, well, I just started the grill, like, just go get the fucking wine and beer.
Your Gerard Butler impression is really good.
Just go
It's
get
a
the
little
wine and
too.
beer, dude. Hey, I'm not trying to be an asshole, dude.
Like, whatever I did is forgiven if I get this wine and beer, okay?
Like, dude, just get it. Like, he started arguing with her. She stares a fucking. That she really did. This might be her best acting role. She stares a laser fucking through his body. I was like, oh shit.
Just great.
He's like, oh, we'll get that.
You'll do whatever the fuck I
We
say.
find out later why, and she's justified for that.
Like, yeah, okay, it makes sense now. Yeah, that's one of the other things that they actually resolved in the film.
Yeah. And so he brings Nathan with him to the store.
Nathan, of course.
Then he gets. Oh no! This is when he gets the call when he's at the store.
Yes.
So she's in there blowing drying her hair. She doesn't hear it. He gets in the store and they're like, "What is that thing on your phone?" Like this.
Yeah.
Okay, nosy ass bitches, just go do your fucking thing over there.
How
Like,
much
nobody
you
would
fuck up
nobody would care.
Also, at this point, like, it's still like the news is still like, oh, it's gonna be a great light show.
Like, literally
like,
in the background, it's like, oh, you can't wait to see where they
maybe
land.
one or two things will land in the water and nothing will happen.
And now Seagull will pick one up and bring it to us.
And like, here's a little comic for you.
Next up, a cat show.
Like, okay. Like, we get who wrote this movie now. Thanks. The media lies. Like, okay.
It was like a Don't Look Up if it wasn't fun.
Oh my god, that's a great description.
So he gets back and it's like, all the people are there now. Which I hope they not sit without wine and beer for too long. I hope there's a little something. Like some Coors Light, some Silver Bullets somewhere, I hope. Some Miller High Life lying around. But they're all having fun, like, yay! And he's like, I gotta talk to you for a second, Allison, in the other room. And he's like, this thing just said we gotta, like, go. And she's like, but, like...
You know, our friends are here.
Yeah, like, basically she's being, like, a
homie.
A fucking asshole about it. And I was like,
hey, man.
and he's like, did you get it too? She's like, no, I didn't get it. Which, she didn't. She didn't go to her phone and went to his phone, because he's the important person.
It was on TV, but she was doing a little...
Yeah, but he's, like, the important person. But then he gets a call again from the same thing.
Well, all his friends are there.
And he's like, I'm going to try to answer this discreetly, and then just pops him on his fucking TV.
Like, hey, asshole, do not bring anyone. Go to this exact location, though, but don't bring anyone.
It does say,
tell them to fuck off.
Don't bring anyone. To them, and to him. And they're all like, bring
my dog.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Okay, man, homie. I can't bring anyone.
Yeah. Unfortunately, so now they're packing up. Like, everybody's like, oh, because they see this is when the first asteroid hits. He actually goes outside and gets fucking waylaid by this blast.
He was outside just as that to, like, just get fucked.
Okay, this is from Tampa to Atlanta. This is a pretty big rock. If it hit from Tampa to Atlanta, he got fucking knocked off his feet. That's a pretty big rock. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Tampa's far.
Yeah, also Tampa would just be done.
Yeah.
Also, have to worry about Tampa
this
anymore.
comet is an asshole. It's like only high civilian casualty areas. That's all I'm gonna hit.
Or, as you'll find out later, anywhere
Wherever they
that
are.
Gerard Butler standing.
Yeah. Which again, at this point, I'm like, after like the second or third one hits, and it's like hits another city, I'm like, okay, so this thing is a fucking alien attack that we're gonna hear about, and this would have been a more interesting story.
I just figured the comet was sentient and was like, I fucking hate your movie.
Also would have been a
so
more
I'm gonna
interesting story.
fuck you.
Doing like a moonfall type deal at that
fuck your
point.
ass. Motherfucker. Like,
Comet fall here.
Oh, God.
But also, so they're like, everybody at the party's like, okay, we should end the party now.
Yeah, but they're all like also like getting suspicious because like he's getting the message. Like, no, like why
are you getting it?
Why none of us get the message?
Because you're a fucking gardener, asshole.
Well, I think the worst part is like what is like a black man and he's like, no reason probably.
It's like you're not even American, bitch.
Like, but I do the important things like structural engineering. Yeah, and so like they're like starting to get out of there.
Yeah. And as they're pulling out, like people are just throwing their babies at them and like,
yeah,
take our baby.
And this is the first time I wrote, not the first but not the last time I wrote, boy, are scientists stupid in this world.
Yeah,
they're dumb. Disturbing images of Tam getting face fucked. Yes. Panic packing. This is I wrote a bunch of panic things, but this one's panic packing. She's making a sandwich, little sandwich actions for everybody.
Good to have a sandwich.
It's like little chippies maybe in the car. I don't know.
Like, anyone want a Reuben? Like, we gotta go, bitch.
What are you doing?
We're getting
the panini press out.
You didn't have beer, but you had sauerkraut?
It might be the last chance. It might be the last chance.
Also, you find out Nathan has, like, he has like the pouch, like the thing that connects in.
Little diabetes.
It's good. It's good. The little kid's got that.
And you're like, nothing bad is gonna happen.
Yeah, obviously they're like, this is a thing, a red herring, or not a red herring. Like, this will be a problem. MacGuffin. Thank you. And like he's like, oh, don't worry, we have a week's supply. We have a week's supply of his stuff. Bam, we're good to go.
And yeah, like we'll put it in this blanket.
We'll put it in the kid's fucking bag. You put it in the kid's bag instead of the adult's bag. Guys, bad parents.
Guys,
what are you doing?
Cool.
Like, kids are stupid, man. You're like, he's not eating his boogers in the back.
Like he didn't just throw the pouch out the window.
Yeah.
Come on, the window.
And legit, they're in the car, and he takes the blanket and just falls on the floor. Like, right when I saw it on the floor, I'm like, that's gonna get fucking.
And every parent clocked that. We're like, motherfucker, you little fuck.
Hey, you little fuck. You little fuck shit. So they get that. So they're like getting there, and as you get there, the traffic gets real bad. First, you try to get on the highway. Actually, the highway's fucked. So then he takes like some.
Yeah, he panic drives the fuck out of there.
But also,
it's made some other road. Street road.
He got to the.
He got to the service road. Yeah,
he made it. So they get there. They have to leave it like a mile away, and they have to kind of walk the rest of the way.
Which makes sense.
And then there's like just a sea of humanity, which there would be. Trying to get, but they got the QR code.
Yeah, because again, the worst kept secret.
Yeah,
is just flashing on people's TVs.
They got the QR code though, so it's great. They have the QR code. They'll get them in. They get the wristband. They get to go on the ride. You know. So they get up there.
It was like a VIP.
And he keeps going, I got the phone call. I got the phone call. He keeps like saying it, and then
that's a little Arnold Schwarzenegger, but
it did. But they get.
I hear the phone call.
Like, I got the phone call. And he just keeps saying it. He's shouting it over the top, and they're like, okay. So he comes over and they scan it.
These are very agreeable military people, and I like them.
Yeah. Well, what else can you do at that point? Like, it's like a goddamn sea of humanity. So he's
mass hysteria. Dogs live with cats.
So they get him in there.
They make them empty all the suitcases out. They put his shit in a bag.
Yeah, no, they're like, you can only have one bag for the whole family. Yeah, like, well, we have a bag for each of us. Like,
yeah, it's a big bag. Just put it.
Well, it's the only way they knew that they were missing insulin, but also. It was the impetus for the rest of the fucking movie. Yeah. Because they're looking for this insulin, and he goes, I'm going to go...
It's really the kid's fault.
He's like, I'm going to go back...
It's the kid's fault.
It is. I'm going to go back and run to the car. We're in this fucking thing now. I'm going to go back and find... Like, they got insulin there, motherfucker. They'll get you some insulin. Like, they'll figure it out. But that's what I would have thought. Like, me is going to this place. They got this shit already. So he goes, fucks off. He's like, just wait for me. There's like 800 planes, but I'll be on one of my guess. We'll find them. We'll be on the same one. And she's like, okay. So then she goes in and goes, does it like stick out or something? She mentioned it by mistake. It wasn't even like a.
No. She's just like, my husband went back to get the insulin.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, what?
What?
And they're like, he was in trouble now.
Yeah. The students in here is like. If you really needed someone for your little New World Order here, it doesn't matter if they need insulin.
Yeah, but I think
it'd be cool with it.
Counterpoint, I think they were doing it because they're like, we don't want to have to worry about this extra stuff.
Yeah, but what if this person was a structural engineer, for instance, and you were like, and they're just like, hey, I'm gonna fuck up with my family then, and then you don't have a structural engineer because their kid needs insulin. A very easy to produce substance. Very easy to produce substance.
We find out later. They get fucked off by explosions.
I love what you mean. Like, this is like the reason insulin costs a lot is because people hold on to it. It's not because it is hard to do. No. It's our bodies make it. Like, you can reproduce it very easily.
Do you think they're milking people for their insulin?
Nobody knows anything about science in this fucking. They're milking. They could do something like that if need be, but they're not gonna.
I think they did in that bunker.
Because we can artificially.
I think they did in that bunker.
Either way.
Do you think they milked them?
Either way. I think it's it does come with nipples. It does come with nipples, so it's easy to do. It's easy. This guy's nipples.
It hurts so much.
I also know science. So he runs back.
Science.
She's being detained.
Yeah, which it took them about 15 minutes to get there. They said they're leaving in 20 minutes, and he's gonna go back. I was like, it's already fucking dumb. Like, he's not gonna fucking make it back, which he does. But I was like. It took him like 10, 15 minutes to get there, and he's just gonna get back.
He's just like knifing, knives to
the ground. He's getting worse.
It's like knife arming through
the ground. He's like, I got my QR code. Like, okay, man, okay.
I got the discount ticket. And you're like, okay, I don't.
So then she gets basically thrown out of there with her son because they're like, we don't want the kids with the gammy leg.
Wait, but he's also like, they're like, can you get my husband? Because I don't like. He obviously probably.
And they're like,
come.
nah.
Oh, the best part is she's like, think about it. What if it had been your family? And she's like, my family wasn't selected. And you're like, oh no, you're not getting any humanity here. Oh boy.
Womp womp.
Like, we just get to fucking die here, asshole.
He's like, I'm probably gonna die on this landing strip in a minute.
Oh, fuck.
So he gets back and he's like, oh, well, he's just yelling their name into the
Also,
fucking
nobody's
ether.
phones are working to make this a better plot.
Which would probably
Otherwise
happen.
just be like,
But that's
I'm
something
okay.
that would probably
I'm
happen.
okay.
Because there'd be so many people trying to use their phones who would just fuck the system.
Fucking people.
But he's going to trying to plane, just yelling their names like Allison, Nathan, Allison. He's just yelling their names, and there's like
It's good. It's a good movie. It's good.
400 fucking planes.
It's good.
Like, who do you think's gonna hear you?
My name is also Allison. I'm in Mayo.
No, wrong one. Did you flick the bean? I'm sorry. So that's the wrong movie. So he gets on a plane. Like he's like, well, let's get on a plane.
They're like,
She's probably on a plane.
she's gonna be.
They're like, they're like, if she's got a wristband, she's on a plane.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'm gonna get on the plane. And then he gets on the plane, and they're like,
and then how'd you get that on? Because he has the insulin.
Insulin.
How'd you get that on? And he's like, oh, I just brought it.
it's for my son.
Yeah, and he's like, well, you can't be
It's like,
quick.
my daughter got turned away.
Or my sister's daughter.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, also, like, he's on the plane, but he's like, sister's.
like you're fucked up,
Like,
dude.
what the fuck is
Piece of
happening?
shit.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, so he's like, I need to get off the plane, and they close the doors.
And
already.
of course, now the door's closing. It's like, so he's like, I need to get off the plane. It's an emergency.
And I'm like, okay, we're gonna reopen the door.
Yeah.
And get off
Also,
the plane.
there's an emergency exit right there, and I was like, they're just gonna let him out the emergency exit.
I mean, you can't just do that.
I'm like, no,
it's like a drop.
you sure fucking can.
It's a drop down on the ground.
I'm like, you gotta get out the emergency exit then. You gotta
like
figure it out.
20 feet.
You gotta
You'll
figure it out.
kill him.
Figure it out,
He'll
bro.
break his ankles.
It's like 10 feet. It's not
He'll
even
break
20
his
feet.
ankles.
He's fine. But I'm like, listen, dude, you gotta get off the plane. You gotta do an emergency exit. But instead, he goes through the
Definitely
back
trying to
door, and then like the people break through the fence, and they're like just running like zombies towards the thing, like they're gonna.
Yeah, we got a security breach. So of course the first person to shoot is the guy holding the fuel.
Yeah.
And he's like got a like the fuel thing. He's like it looks like he's uncoupling it.
Yeah.
But it's still just gushing.
It's gushing fuel.
Like that's not how that
Yeah. I
works.
was like, that's not
Like,
good.
there's a you
That's
definitely
already
turn
not
that
good.
off first,
I
right?
feel like that guy's never done that before.
But first
I'm
of
new
all,
to this.
it's pouring all over my body.
So then you immediately know this is going to be a problem.
They're all fucked.
Then there's people just shooting like with their guns because Americans, and they're shooting just people.
That's the most interesting part of this
because
movie.
what's your end goal? Okay, you're going to shoot some army people, and they're just going to get out.
Yeah,
of
they'll
plane.
let you on. Yeah, they'll let you on. Yeah.
Bro.
They'll hijack the plane.
Like-
and they'll flag the heading that they don't know where it is.
What are you doing, bro?
Like hold the army hostage. The
What
army
are you
that's
doing,
trained
bro?
soldiers
Like
with
this
guns.
will not end well.
They're desperate, okay? It's desperation.
Or stupid.
Desperation of humanity.
Stupid.
Okay?
So now he's like, I gotta get the hell out of here because this plane's gonna land. So he's like, everybody get off the plane, and they'll like start running.
But
off
man,
the
he
plane.
saves their lives.
Maybe because the explosion blows him away. Which
He's pretty far. He's like the farthest guy away.
a little fun fact: when you get hit with a shockwave, it goes through your
They
body.
show it hitting
Yeah.
him. And
He's
he's like,
fucked.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to the
His
next
organs
one.
would be all bruised.
Like,
Like all bruises on the inside.
this is also not the last time he
Nope.
takes a traumatic
Correct.
fall of some
You're correct.
sort.
He is superhuman. He is a superhuman.
And
So-
he is Jerry Butler.
So now,
He's Jerry Butler.
So now, Marina Baccarin, Allison, and Nathan they've gone back to the car, and
Yeah.
this is where they
Because
keep
they just
it's
kick
like
him the fuck out.
misconnection shit going
Yeah.
just keeps happening.
But she was smart to like put a little post-it note on the car.
She did.
That was like, "Hey, we're going to my dad's."
Yeah, just get to my dad's in Lexington, Kentucky, which is
They're
not that
currently
close
in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's several hours away.
Atlanta, Georgia.
So then he goes back and he finds the note and he keeps trying to call her and he's like, he's assuming she's going there, and she ends up catching a ride.
Catcher in the Rye?
Oh no, she ends up catching a ride with the people, and they go to the CVS first there, the big
The all-night pharmacy because
yeah.
all the windows are busted.
And hey, luckily there was some
Three
insulin
boxes
there.
of insulin.
Yeah, some 3 needles. That's good.
And like the place had been picked over, so I guess the person that had picked it over wasn't diabetic.
Yeah, they weren't
or
going to diabetic stuff. But
or
then
didn't know how much insulin
then
fucking
some kind
costs.
of gang of people comes in and goes, everybody get out. And they start shooting in the air.
Yeah, like, okay, they warned them. They're going to
just
leave.
Go. You just leave.
But then they just start
shooting people.
Including a very old woman.
The lady has been shown earlier being pushed in a wheelchair, and she's like...
Again, I'd like to think canonically she lunged for the gun.
Like, I'm taking it back. And, no, I'm dead now. Maybe she said to the black guy, she's like, white power.
Nope. She definitely said something a little off color.
Yeah, definitely. You know what they used to call Brazil nuts? You're like, no, Grandma, no.
Granny, shut up, love. We shot her. We shot Granny. But she doesn't get caught, and you're like, oh, please.
And this guy's like, got the gun, and it's like, this guy's like a very dark guy.
I'm like, please don't do something dumb.
And he's like, just go.
Yeah, he's like, just go. I'm like, okay.
Which should have been the fucking thing in the first place. Like,
yes. Because, like, why are we shooting?
Once you shoot the gun, like, twice, everybody's going to get the fuck out.
Also, by the way, I mean, unless there's, like, a ton of gun stores where they are, bullets are going to be a commodity as well.
Yeah, but they're in Atlanta. They all got 8 guns. They're in Atlanta, you know. Especially rural outside of Atlanta, it's probably everybody's got like 8 guns.
But you can't be wasting bullets either way.
They've got like bump stocks and shit, you know.
A lot of wars are coming.
So they get out, and there's a lady who's in there, and she's with her husband. She's like, "Can we get a ride with you?" And the husband seems like nonplussed by this, but she's like, "You know what? Get in the car. You know, we'll drive her." And so they're off. They're going towards Knoxville. They're like, we'll bring you as far as Knoxville, Tennessee, which I guess is closer or farther than Lexington. It's closer.
Jerry's also looking for a car. When the gunshot went off, Jerry got
John, you mean Gary?
No, Jimmy got scared. My wife.
Oh, John Gary didn't scare. He didn't scare anything.
When the gunshot happened, she was like, ah!
I was kind of startled by a couple things. I was like, it was just like loud noises and like desperate fighting, and then no plot.
So Jerry's in some sort of town at this point. And he's just like kind of pulling on car doors.
Yeah.
Is he gonna hotwire a car? Like, what's his end game here?
I don't know. For some keys, I guess.
I don't know. But he's definitely looking to get somewhere. We heard that. He walked across the rock past the TV, so more exposition. Hey, there's a lot of comet pieces. They're all gonna hit the Earth, and it's gonna suck, and everyone's gonna get fucked up.
They didn't say all that stuff. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, like at least they're not burying the lead anymore, I guess. There's people having an apocalypse party. But then he runs into just like a dude that's like human muling people.
Well, the apocalypse party is where he gets the phone to work and he gets a message to Allison, so that's kind of important.
Yeah, because
he finally gets reception up there.
But she does not get the message.
I think it gets to her phone. That's when he calls her, but they can't really hear each other, sort of. They can sort of, but not really hear each other.
It's like crackling.
But this is when Ralph, the dude who's driving, decides he's got a plan. And what his plan is, he's going to take the kid, which she's already told them they couldn't get in because he had diabetes.
We were turned away.
And then they're going to kidnap him, throw her out of the car, and then take him there.
He doesn't like, maybe just needed better parents or something.
Well, yeah, and they're also like, we're going to keep him safe. Like, that's what they're saying to him, but they also just take her and fucking throw her like garbage out of the car.
Out of the car and toss her.
Yeah, she gets hit, I think her head hits the door at one point. Like, just throw her in the fucking car.
That was a stunt actor.
And their plan is to take this kid who has been rejected and try to sneak into this base.
They're going to a different place, though. A different base now.
So this one's probably going to be okay.
Yeah, so it'll be fine.
I'll give you a spoiler, guys. It wasn't.
It was not.
So now she's just on the side of the fucking road. Like, basically.
She's like, kind of like, just walking like...
Yeah, she's like, doesn't want to hitchhike at this point. She's just kind of like walking aimlessly.
But then she was picked up by a nice Hispanic family.
Yeah, like this is the immigrants or something. I don't know, because they're all like, so she gets in the car with them, this mariachi band, and they're heading. They're like, oh, we'll drop you off in Lexington.
Oh, also before this, John is also he's got his own. He's in the mule, but they keep like
they're heading towards Canada.
They're just having a guy like eye fuck his bracelet the whole time. And also another guy just like tells him, he's like,
let's go to Ontario. So this is Ontario.
Yeah, a guy named Colin, I think. It's like,
yeah, past name Colin.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Is it the black guy was named Colin?
Yeah.
That's
no black guy named
Colin. No, that's incorrect.
Maybe Tom Collins, I think you're thinking of, but okay.
Correct.
He's like, I'm going north to get a flight to Greenland.
Yeah, they're going to Canada.
Yeah, we're going to Canada, and we're going to fly to
Greenland. He's like, well, drop me off. I'm going to drop off here.
And they're going to be super cool with us flying into the military base.
Yes. It's like, I'm just going to show
a set number of people. I was like, what a fortuitous run in here.
I mean, there's so many people that died in Atlanta that they probably have room for people. For be honest,
I wrote several times. Ralph fucking sucks.
That guy was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was just the worst.
But so now this guy's eye fucking his bracelet, and then he tries to steal his bracelet, which somehow causes the truck to crash.
Because they're like moving or something.
I guess the moving really moved the truck around a lot.
No, the truck actually hits another truck.
Which was not their fault still. They're in the truck. But that's what
caused them to spin.
But it was like, I was like, why would them moving mess the guy driving out?
Jerry Butler, he weighs about 600 pounds.
He's very dense.
He's a dense man. I mean, he takes all this beating and he's still fine. Like,
actually, later they ask him his weight and he goes, 185. It's like, no, what's your real weight? It's like, oh, shit.
You dumb fuck. Your head is like 180 pounds.
They fat shamed his
fat
ass.
Fuck. How... I get it. I'm like, yeah, I'm 210. I'm like, fuck it, 260.
So they get fucking fucked off out of this car and onto the ground. And then he has to like
all of them just
brutally murder one of them basically because they're trying to fight him. Yeah. You just swing his hammer around and then you hear whoosh, and it was like ooh.
Well, luckily the other guy like fucks up after that.
Well, I would too. If a dude killed somebody with a hammer, I'm like, okay, I'm fucking gone. Like, yeah, but they're both willing to murder this guy for his bracelet. Like,
but just for one bracelet too. Like, you're not both getting
again. This why are you helping? All the plans of the bad guys in this movie are fucking dumb.
Desperation, okay?
They're just dumb.
Desperation.
It's so dumb.
They're so desperate.
Like, I'm gonna take this kid,
so
and we're just gonna get in. So he gets there. Ralph gets there. This stupid ass plot. He's like, hey, I got this kid.
He's like, don't tell anyone that. Yeah. Say if they ask, say that we're your parents, and they'll let us.
Or else,
we'll beat you.
Else you won't see your mom again. That's what he says. Which. He wouldn't fucking anyway. He left his mom to the side of the goddamn road. Yeah, or is she hit by a meteor at this point? I mean, a comet fragment because it's not meteors. So
they're not meteors.
So he gets there. It's like, look, he's got a bracelet, so we're all good too, right, bro? And he's like, no.
He has like, where's your bracelet? He's like,
I lost it. It got stolen. He got stolen.
He got stolen.
But either way, no. So and you can see the Nathan was like,
and the kid is just like.
He's selling. Fuck
no, these are not my parents.
And finally goes, they're not my mom and dad.
Get me the fuck out of here. And they're like, no, we are.
This was actually the best part of the movie because the soldiers like takes him. He's like, I'm gonna help you, and I was like, this is really heartwarming. I like that. And so he's like,
and then he's like, I'm gonna get you on a plane. He puts him in Jeffrey Epstein's plane.
Yeah. No, damn it. Then the guy's like, I'm gonna help you. Let's get and then he's like MPs and he had them arrested. Good.
Yeah. What is jail even in this?
They leave me hit by a comet piece.
Seeing jail and die here.
There's a million comet fragments, so
we're not there yet.
We're just getting machine gun.
We're not there yet.
There's already too many because they're already like Kuala Lumpur got hit, and like there's like every city that you could think of like that's cool got hit, like Johannesburg or something.
Johannesburg's not cool.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, they're like, every city you could think of, they're like, got hit. Like, every city? Like,
yeah.
What?
Which also means, like, if like, every city's been hit with a major piece, has everywhere else been hit with a major piece of rock as well?
Yeah.
Like, how big is this comet?
Also, like, what cities you like? It got hit. San Diego got hit. Tokyo got hit.
Do you think Green Bay, Wisconsin
got hit?
Yeah. Like,
right in Lambeau Field and landed in the 50-yard
line.
No! Brett Favre was there.
He's like, Brett
Favre deserved it, though. Look up Brett Favre.
He was having a populous
piece of shit.
He was having a populous orgy, though, so it was okay. It was okay.
He was stealing welfare in Alabama.
He was stealing welfare.
Son of a bitch.
I thought it was Aaron Rodgers.
Nope, that was not Aaron Rodgers. That was Brett Favre.
Oh,
piece of shit.
Oh,
so now Nathan's in a safe place. Somehow, Allison gets there. And they're like, this guy's like, she's like just screaming at like everyone there, and like this guy's like, hey,
like to the point where like
you
can't even understand what she's saying.
He tells the lady to calm down, and she deserved it because she was just like,
you heard it here first.
There's a bunch of times. This was my problem with worrying about Karen, by the way. A bunch of times she was talking too fast, and they didn't.
She was hysterical.
But there was even like times in the beginning like where she was talking. It was almost like a mumble. I'm like, somebody didn't clarify this because I had to turn on the fucking subtitles so I couldn't understand what she was saying. Because I was like, shit, dude, she's talking way too fucking fast. And this part, she's like, so just scream like a fucking. It's like, You gotta chill. Nobody can help you when you're just screaming in their face, Karen. I mean, Allison. And
Jesus.
and so, but this guy comes over. This guy, nice guy from the Peace Corps, whatever the fuck they are, comes over. And is like, hey, I'm gonna walk you through, and we're gonna see if we got. So you're like, nobody listen.
Yeah, you're also, it's like it shows so many things. Like the last set's gonna be.
Yeah. There's the last
and
set.
then no one in this kid is well bye. Like this is the second half.
Last set. They're back together now. Reunited, and she's like, I got some. The lady in there's like, I got insulin for you. I got all the shit for you.
I got little nut butters. I got some.
I was like, damn, this
I
place
got it
is
all.
paradise.
I got it all, baby.
You might as well just stay here. But they're not going. They're going to go to Lexington. So now, at least this part of the crew's back together. Now we got.